Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm gonna take you through a short beginner's easy flow. I've had a couple of requests for something that everybody can do, so that's what we're gonna do today. And you won't need props, and take it easy if you've got any issues as always, and I'll see you on your mats. Okay, welcome back. We're gonna start standing, so bring your big toes together. And then bend your knees. Your hands are going to come onto your knees and we'll just draw some circles here. I'm going to warm up the joints a little bit, starting off in the ankles and the knees. Nice and easy, small little circles, working towards slightly bigger ones. And then draw them as big as you feel comfortable. And then change your direction again, start small. And then slowly make them a little bit bigger and a bit bigger until you draw the biggest circle possible. And then coming back up again. Maybe shake out your legs a little bit. Bring your feet hip width apart. Just a few gentle shoulder rolls. One by one. We'll bring them both up and back. And here in the beginning, find your own breathing rhythm. Maybe become a bit curious about your breath and see where it naturally wants to rather inhale or exhale. There's always one movement or one sort of movement that requires an inhalation, more of an expansion, and then another one where your body naturally wants to contract. So that's normally opening up, inhaling, and closing, exhaling. So just become a little bit curious about that. Bend from one side to the other. Bring your arm up. Then bring the other arm up. And then find your balance. Lean over onto your left leg and free up your right. Bring it up into the chest. Give it a bit of a pull here. Roll out your ankle, left and right. And then release your knee and draw some circles here with your hips. So this requires quite a bit of balance. If that doesn't work for you, you can keep your foot down and just draw some circles here with your knee. And if you do feel like you want a bit of a challenge, do this into both directions. Then see if you can maybe circle your knee all the way around. And we'll do that into both directions as well. Okay, shake it out, or rather shake the standing leg out. That's the one that burns a little bit normally. Bring your weight over onto the right leg, free up your leg, your left leg, and then give it a bit of a pull. Roll out your ankle. You'll see that one side is always a bit more stable than the other. And release the knee. Either start drawing your circles with your knee or bring the foot down and draw some circles here with your foot and your knee, with your ankle and your knee. Whatever you're doing, change direction. So doing forwards and backwards, you can bring your hands onto the hips. Okay, shake out both your legs. Bring your head forward, down to the chest. And bring it up. And bring your one ear down to the shoulder. And bring it over. Back to center, look over your left shoulder. And look over your right shoulder. So you see this is quite a dynamic flow. And we're not going to hold poses in one static position for too long. So we would rather want to bring a bit of fluidity into the body. So stand at the top of your mat and then take a deep breath in. Bring your arms up and exhale, bring your arms down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So breathe in as you bring your arms up And exhale, bring them down. So this is where you are expanding and you breathe in here. And then your body is pulling together, contracting, and you're exhaling. Okay, take another breath in, bring your arms up. And on your exhale, slowly come into a fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. Hang out here for a bit, relax the neck, and maybe sway a bit from side to side. You can hold on to your opposite elbows and let that weight of your skull into your arms really decompress your spine. For some people, it's really difficult to relax the neck here. So just shake your head yes. And if it still continues to wobble a little bit as you stop actively shaking your head, then that means your neck muscles are soft. Okay. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Bend the knees. Come on up. Arms come up again. And on your exhale, now twist to your right. Open up the arms wide. And then check your hips. So you want your hip bones to shine straight forward, like little lights of your car, shining straight forward. And just your upper body is opening up in your twist. Take an inhale. Bring your right arm up. Exhale, open up to the left. Same thing here. Check in with your hip and push the left hip maybe slightly further forward if that has opened up. And then breathe in, come to the top. Maybe a gentle back bend here, pushing the hips slightly forward, opening up the chest, shine up to the sky. And then bring it back up. Soft knees, slowly roll down into a fold again. Lean over onto your left foot. Lift your right heel up to your bum. And then from here, extend your right leg back until the toes touch the ground. And then lower your right knee onto the mat, uncurl the toes, and come on up with your hands onto your knee here. Really soften into that front leg so that your hip flexors are opening up. Nice stretch on the side here. If this is not available and you're a bit too tight here, then you can keep your hands down. No problem at all. Maybe you have to walk your foot a little forward. You don't want the knee to really shoot over your ankle. Rather keep it straight above the ankle. If you're up here, maybe take your right arm up, come into a little bend over to the left. So now as you do that, you're going to intensify the stretch on your right side. And come back to center. Bring your right hand onto the ground and then lift your left arm up to an easy twist here. And you can stay right here, or maybe you want to curl your back toes under and lift the back knee off the ground. Push a bit into the left foot so that you can almost lift your right hand off the ground instead of really leaning into it. We bring the right leg down. Okay, left hand comes back onto the ground this time. Everyone, curl your back toes under. Big step to the top of your mat. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Give your head a shake, your neck. Okay, and then bend your knees. Bring your left heel up towards the bum. And begin to extend it with control. Nice and slowly lower your toes onto the ground. Bring your knee down. Soften the hips here. Uncurl the toes in the back. And then come on up. Hands onto your knee. Soften. Really melt your hips down. And take some deep breaths. If we exhale, can really soften the body a bit. Opening up. Keep your hands down if your hip flexors are tight. If you want to take it one step further, take your left arm up and lean slightly over to the right. And bring it back to center, left hand onto the ground next to your right foot more or less, and the right arm comes up. If you curled your toes under, if you lifted your left knee off the ground, do that on this side as well. And as you do that, really reach through the fingertips, put a little bit more pressure onto the right foot and release your left hand almost to float above the ground. So this is quite tough on your legs. You can obviously keep the knee on the ground here. Take one more breath in and then bring both hands onto your mat. Lift the back knee now, look forward, big step to the top of your mat. Give your legs a shake, give your neck a shake. Feet stay hip width apart. Bend your knees now nice and generously and then bring your upper body up to a chair pose. And now from here, just bring your hands into your heart. Resist the urge to really stick the bum out. Rather, curl the tailbone in, create a nice straight line here. Lean back a bit into the heels so that your toes can lift off the mat. Okay, fire into the thighs. Take one more breath in. Exhale, come up to standing. Shake out the legs. And then take a big step and open up to the side. Your feet are parallel to each other. If you've got very tight hamstrings, tight thighs, then keep your knees a little bit bent, and as you do so, point your toes a little bit out. If you've got some space there, keep your legs straight and keep your feet parallel to each other. We're going to lean forward now. Bend your knees a bit here, and we're going to come into a forward fold. Hands can come onto the ground and relax your neck here. Fold here as much as you'd like. If you've got some space, maybe walk your hands a bit backwards and then create traction underneath your fingertips to pull the crown of the head down. Lean a bit forward so that your weight is more underneath the ball of your feet than in your heels. You can also bring your hands onto the heels or onto the ankles, gently pull down. Now if you're somewhere up here and your legs, your hamstrings are really tight, then you can simply stay right here. Maybe point the toes slightly out, bend your knees, and just come down as far as your body allows you to. Don't be too strict on your body. Don't force it into any shape. It doesn't want to go into. Always working with your own edge. You can also sway a bit here, natural movements. No need to be stiff or rigid. And now everyone, point your toes slightly out, soften the knees, and roll slowly up to standing. Inhale, bring both arms up. And exhale, just lean over to the left side. And inhale, back to center. And to the other side. One more time, come on up. And to the side. And up. And to the other side. Come up now and back to the top of the mat. Again, just shake out your legs a little bit. And take a breath in as you bring your arms up. And as you exhale, soft knees and come into a fold. And then just step back. Bring your knees down. Bring the big toes together. And come on down into a child's pose. Bring both hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on the ground. And take some longer breaths here. Next breath will bring you up And you can sit down, swing your legs around into a boat pose. Just a tiny little bit of core work. So bring your hands behind your hamstrings and lean back here. This is the easiest position. This is where you can start off in your supported boat. Now from here, put a little bit of pressure on your hands and open up the chest. Look straight ahead. If you want to go a bit further, then lean a bit more back and lift the legs off the ground. If you want to take it one step further, release the one hand, release the other hand, and you know what's coming, release both hands. And then there's one more step here that you can take. You can extend both legs and hold it here. Now your hip flexors really have to work hard. Still continue to open up the chest. And maybe take another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bring your legs down and forward. Give them a bit of a shake. Scoot a bit back. Give them a bit of a shake here. Maybe open up the feet as well. To move into our twist, keep your right leg extended and take your left foot. Cross it over and bring it firmly onto the ground here. If that is not possible for you, you can just keep the foot next to your other leg. Have a fist space between your foot and your leg. If you've got it here, pull it in nice and tight. Take your right arm, so left leg is over. Take your right arm and wrap it around your knee here. Take an inhale now, lift up through the crown of the head. Take your left hand behind you, and as you breathe out, soften and look over your left shoulder. Both sit bones are grounded on your mat. And you want to keep the spine here as straight as possible and really open up to the side. And so imagine a dishwashing cloth, and you want to really, wring out all the water. So that's kind of the movement that you're creating in your spine right now. Take another breath in, and as you breathe out, come through center, release your left leg and cross your right leg over. Bring it in nice and tight. Maybe remove the flesh from your sit bones. Take the left arm, wrap it around, and then open up, lift, take an inhale, look back, ground your right hand, exhale, and soften. And with every breath in, you can create a little more space. With every exhale, you can soften into your twist. Breathe into the soft parts of your belly. And we'll take one more deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, come back to center. Release both legs. Bring your feet onto the ground, bring your hands together. Take an inhale to really lift and shine through the heart. And as you breathe out, ground one vertebra at a time onto the mat. When you get here, bring your knees into the chest. Sway a bit from side to side, releasing any tension in the lower back. Interlace your hands around the left knee and extend your right leg down. Put a bit of pressure onto the left shin, pulling the knee to the chest. So with this movement, what you're doing is you're pushing the lower back firmly into the ground and therefore releasing any pressure that's still stuck in their beautiful pose if you feel like your lower back is talking to you. For all the people that are on their feet throughout the day, this is a really nice pose to come into every now and then. And swap out your legs. Extend your left leg, bring your right knee into the chest. And again, feel free to move around a little bit, nice and easy, if that feels good. Take another deep breath in here. And with your exhale, extend your right leg as well. Open up the arms. Keep your feet hip width or wider. Open up the arms to the side as much as you'd like. Take a couple last adjustments. Maybe tuck your tailbone under. Maybe lift the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And as you release it and you exhale through the mouth, arrive in your final pose, your Shavasana. Please feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. And Ori and I would just like to thank you for joining us today. If you've got any questions, please leave me a comment and check out any of my other videos. I wish you a beautiful day. Thanks for joining again, and I'll see you soon.